This is officially didn't make the cut. There's a lot of little juicy nuggets of things that are kind of going on, and one of the things that it just kind of came out, but it's nothing really too crazy to talk about because we kind of knew. But supposedly, Starfield is scheduled to release sometime in the spring of 2026 on the PlayStation 5 with, like I called it, the new expansion. That is exactly what I said they would do. They're not going to just drop it over there. They want a big moment. They want something that's going to pique everyone's interest, and that would be by doing it with the expansion. So I have here, it's a rumor, obviously, but it's a report from MP First. I don't even know who that is, but it says Microsoft and Bethesda are planning to release Starfield on PlayStation 5 in spring 2026. Probably trying to take that the other time slot that they put for what game did they drop? Man, I feel like I'm blanking out. April was like Forza and shit, right? Like all that stuff pretty much dropped in April. So it looks like they're trying to take that same spot. Their sources say that the game isn't being released for the console this year, partly due to the RPG's weak sale of the first expansion, which is also what I said, Shattered Space. I feel like they want to do something bigger. A release for PlayStation 5 isn't the only thing expected for the game. The report adds Starfield will also be getting a second expansion and other quality of life updates at the same time. And that, okay. It's also that the fans should expect to see an announcement at Gamescom opening night live on August 19th. I'm pretty sure they did a similar announcement for the expansion on the year that it dropped. So I think it was last in what was it? August, right? August of 2024. I think that's when they did it, or 2023. Man, how long has Starfield been out? 2 years, right? 2023.
It was
So
23,
2020.
yeah.
Yeah, so 24 was the expansion. I think that's when they announced it. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense to me. So obviously we will see. And that's it, man. I mean, what do you guys think? It's expected. Obviously, I don't think there's a big magical like, oh no, what's happening. I think we all understand the situation. It's been, by the time it releases, it'll be like 2 years and a half, almost 3 years before going over there. What do you guys think?
Man, Starfield needs to be everywhere, dude. It's like one of those games that I think is great, and I think more people should play. There's really nothing to it. It was supposed to come out in both platforms when it was first announced, right? PlayStation wanted to snatch it up, and then Xbox ended up buying Bethesda, and that's why we got it first on Xbox. But definitely should be a multi-platform game, just like Fallout, just like the rest of the Bethesda games. Like ain't shit change, bro. It is the same thing, and I mean, obviously the right thing to do. Starfield being so big, right? Now we're gonna get to see like Sony PlayStation fans in general, right? Because you got to count the real ones too. They're gonna get to play it, and they're gonna
Oh yeah.
judge and be the judge, of the game, and hopefully it has a good reception because I do believe that Starfield is a great game, and is extremely underrated. A lot of people like just literally write off Starfield because it was literally done on their Xbox, right? It was one of those highly anticipated games that Xbox kept to themselves. So it felt like I feel like it was um very criticized, right? Especially like since he came out like one of the cleanest Bethesda games that have released with the least bugs and bullshit, and still didn't get the Metacritic score that I anticipated. I thought that Starfield was more like on the 86, 80, to 89 type deal.
Yep.
Obviously there were things that, because here's the thing, man. Like people have like crazy expectations. They want a Starfield to be like this, like what was the other game? Star Citizen. Is going to be or something like how many years
A
they
game
worked
that's
on.
been in development for like 45 years.
Yeah, like come on, man. And I believe that Bethesda did a great job with Starfield.
They
Uh,
crushed it, bro.
could I could they have done like something more, maybe a little bit more or something? Yeah, definitely could have, could they done, give us more features, definitely. But it was a solid game. I really enjoyed the story, and the gameplay is awesome, and the freedom that you get in the game, and it's just like every time you discover something cool. And I mean, not to compare it with Death Stranding 2, but they were talking about like Starfield, how he had empty worlds and stuff, and to an extent, it did have some worlds that were kind of empty, but like that's how it is in the planets. Not every planet has to have like a whole city, or big POIs and shit. Like some of the stuff is trivial, right? More like to show you different environments and stuff. And I mean, it was definitely fun, bro. I did enjoy it, and I think a lot of people will, man. That's it. I think it's
Starfield was
gonna be
fucking
awesome. Yeah,
amazing, bro.
yeah.
We reviewed it. It was a 10, easy 10, the easiest 10 that I could give. I'll give it a 10 again right now. Love that shit. Freaking phenomenal game. And honestly, I feel like they smashed it. Like they created that next pillar, and I think it got the Xbox tax right. We know that, especially like from IGN and these places. Giving that shit a 7 was crazy, like crazy. There's no version of life where anyone would think that that's a 7. Anyone
Yeah.
who's even reasonably interested in an RPG, there's no way. There's no way. There's
Just
not a chance.
by scale alone, it was nuts, bro.
Yo,
You know,
it's amazing what they accomplished.
features alone. Like, even though I mentioned that it was missing features, they we were expecting, right? We sort of like had in mind maybe they could have done this, maybe they couldn't done that, but he has a bunch of shit to do, bro. You could literally live in Starfield. There's people still posting about Starfield and things that they find on the regular in different playthroughs. Me personally, I'm like on my third world, so I mean, there you have it. Like, I have a bunch of hours playing Starfield, and I will continue to do so, man. I can't wait to for the new update, and
I'm
hopefully,
definitely waiting for that
they
expansion, bro.
yeah,
Whew.
yeah, yeah. What the one thing that I really wish that Starfield could have come out with, and it's just like me being selfish and a selfish gamer, is like, co-op. I wanted a Starfield to be sort of like, what Fallout 76 is, you know, a
I
game
think
in
that'll
which
be
you
a
get.
separate. I think there will be. If you look at the pillars, right? They have Fallout Online, they have Elder Scrolls Online. It's just a matter of time before they make their Starfield Online, right? I feel like that's gonna be its own path and have its own thing. But I could definitely see the idea of it. Um, having multiplayer because it's a big huge world, right? Similar to like a No Man's Sky, not the games themselves, but like playing co-op on that, right? Similar
Yeah, it'll
idea,
be
being able to kind
great.
of
Yeah.
explore together and do shit like that. That might be dope. But
It's just like
uh
my regular, I mean, it's just like my way of thinking, because these big roads, like, it feels right to have somebody with you, or at least. And another game that I would like argue that it needs this is Stalker. I know it's supposed to be feeling like alone and all this stuff, but it would be great to have like, at least one more person that you can, like, go through the bullshit with, because it just makes it better. Like, it doesn't have to be like it has to be online or something. Like, I would say, like, a mode, like a co-op mode or a PvE mode, something like that, to like bring more the social aspect, because it just feels like it belongs right in Starfield. Like, it's just like that sense of discovery and exploration is just better with friends, man. That's it.
yeah, I mean it's definitely would be a different experience for sure. Hargeet, what do you think, man? Obviously, we know that this was happening. This is good news as far as I'm concerned. More people are going to play it. Finally, get rid of the Xbox tax. Get some fair reviews.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it, right? It's basically more players. That's good. We'll see what the PlayStation community says now that if it comes out on PlayStation, is it still, crap? What do they call it? Game Pass slop.
Hmm.
Mid games. We'll see. We'll see what happens. will it suddenly become really good? Oh, and there'll always be the excuse. Yeah, but see, they fixed it. They added stuff. They fixed it. Now it's good.
Because they went to PlayStation, they did this.
Yeah, now they fixed it. Yeah, now it's
Oh,
good. Okay, yeah, whatever. There'll always be an excuse. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But the more these games come over, the more they just get
Exposed. Exposed.
that's absolutely truth.
That's literally what happens. They just get exposed. All their
For
stupid
real.
narratives. Every freaking narrative just keeps dying.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. As you can see from our friend here, who's taking away the last narrative of exclusives matter. No, they don't. No, they don't. Done. It's
Nice.
over. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just statistically speaking, they don't, But yeah, you're absolutely right. Definitely looking forward to it, man. I think it's gonna be nice to see it back in the spotlight and getting some good burn. And of course, obviously, they drop a new expansion. It's not gonna just be the PlayStation people, hyped for it, but it'll be, the Xbox people as well, and PC and such. So it's gonna kind of get his moment again, which is real nice. Looking forward to it for sure. Some other things that dropped, I guess Halo Infinite is getting a new Operation Shadows.
Yep.
They're bringing the Falcon back, which is the bigger plane, I guess, that you can fly around. So I thought that was cool. I love the fact that Infinite is just still rocking, even though we had talked about, man, was it Amit Kumar who, remember we had talked about the fact like what was next and the multiplayer and all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we had discussed the idea that they might be sunsetting Infinite. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, but I guess they announced that although this World Championship series is going to be huge and all this fun stuff, that there's not going to be a championship next year, and the Halo Infinite won't return to the Halo Championship, so they're sunsetting it. So I think that pretty much confirms the idea that they are sunsetting that and making way for that new
Mm-hmm.
Multiplayer only scenario. Remember they're making the single player game for next year, but also a separate multiplayer experience. I guess it's the next step for Halo Infinite, which I get. I'm sure that there's definitely people who've been playing it nonstop and they live in that Halo Infinite competitive scene, but I'm sure that number is obviously greatly reduced in the hype of a new game coming, right?
Yeah.
So almost similar to Grounded, right? Where like Grounded 1 was really a game that I thought was going to keep going, but as much as a ton of people hop into it over time, eventually, although you have that core group, it's still a much smaller number, right? So they just sunset it, hop onto the next one. I get it, makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
looks like that's going to be happening. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree, if you guys see that as likely.
Yeah.
Now with this kind of new information.
I think Halo getting new updates is just crazy. I think it's crazy good as well. They're getting a new weapon as well, which is pretty good. I'm kind of sad because I've been rocking with the Halo championships, and I've been watching that shit. Like I'll be playing whatever, and I have either the Halo championship or the Call of Duty League, something like that, because I just like to have some esports, right? Especially when I'm playing multiplayer to gives me some motivation, see some nice plays, and that way learn something right from the people that know how to really play the shit. So new weapon, new update. Kind of sad to see that the thing is done, but it is what it is. We got to move on, and I think they are for real making way for a new game, maybe a new competition and shit. Because if there's one thing that Halo has that is very successful, is those tournaments. They've really a lot of people really rock with that. A lot of people really go to these events and live, and they just love doing that. And I just think that that he has it. That it has to that's the way. That's the Call of Duty way, right? Like a lot of people don't agree with Call of Duty, but every year a new game, it just keep the shit fresh. Like what is the next game could be bad, could be good, but we get we always got one game that we can go back to that is active and current, right? So yeah, Halo Infinite had its time, and I think now is I have to move on. Like I posted it the other day on Twitter. Somebody was literally saying the Halo Infinite uh, was the best game, so something like that, because you don't know what a Halo fan is gonna say. They're always gonna say some crazy shit. So this dude was saying that Halo Infinite was awesome and it was the best Halo ever, and that they hope that they kept it the same moving forward. And I'm like, bro, like y'all never happen. Like every time there's a new change, y'all always complain. Whether it be Sprint in Halo 4, that they cried about it. Halo 4 sucked because it had Sprint. I mean, come on, what about the rest of the game? Like, it's one thing. Halo 5 sucked because you had the jetpacks to move to the sides. I'm like, come on, bro, what about the rest of the game? Now, Halo Infinite sucked because they add a slide. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what?
No, you can't
else?
take these people seriously. You can't take them seriously.
You can't really take it seriously.
Halo
And I
Infinite is the
know
best fucking.
they-
It's my
they-
favorite Halo, favorite
Yeah,
shooter.
it's really
everything.
good as a multiplayer game, and I'm really love 5 as a competitive game, but I also love Infinite, and I think they grade both of them on their own ways. So I mean, I just can't wait to see what they do with Halo, man, because I believe that this has the potential to be great. I think Halo should be uh doing a lot of more PvE, because it looks like almost like a lot of these games, the people are getting sort of tired of the sweat fest that we're seeing online. Casual gaming is literally dying. Everybody's good at the games, so it's really hard to get into a game and enjoy a multiplayer match without having to sweat and
Yeah.
really try hard. So that's what's happened too, right? So people trying to get into Halo, they meet these players who've been playing Halo for years. So it's like, wow, like this is what you like. This game sucks, because you're getting destroyed by these players who've been playing Halo for a long time. So I mean, that's all that is. But yeah,
I mean but that's what the campaign's for. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's your player versus, and it's online co-op, right? So
yep.
if you want to play in peace,
Yeah.
go play the campaign with a homie. It's
Now they
fucking
have
phenomenal.
firefight. Now they have firefight.
Yeah, they have a bunch of things
Firefight
now.
is really good though.
It is really
that was a
good.
really great addition, right? Back with the ODST, I think it was when it first came in, right? Yeah, that was fantastic. And they finally added in a lot of this like annoyance with Infinite. It was just that there was no content, and
At
it
the
started
beginning,
with
yep.
there was just a couple of modes, and you're like, where's the rest? Like all the stuff that we're used to is just not there, and it took forever for it to come out. That was it. That was really it. Otherwise, it was fantastic, dude. Remember, it won User Voice Game of the Year at the Keeleys.
Yep.
Right? That was how
Yep.
popular it was. Like it was kicking ass, but they just needed to keep up on the content, and that.
Well, it
just
was the
really
first
honed
time,
them up.
right? It's their first go for them
Yeah,
to
live
turn
service.
Halo into a live service, right? Like they've
Yep.
always done expansion packs, right? They would do the
Yeah,
map packs.
there's a lot of internal stuff that, like, well, I don't know how much I'm really supposed to leave it.
Yeah.
They did a lot of.
I mean,
things, and
so
they
many people
fucked it
got
up.
fired, like people left,
Yeah,
fired.
it was just
It's
it
crazy.
was a whole bunch of management mess.
It's dark.
It was a
But-
whole bunch of management mess.
Honestly,
But you know what, though?
The fact that Infinite came out so fucking good is crazy.
It's
That's
a
just to
miracle.
show you.
Yeah.
And this is what, like, it's like,
yeah,
this is just a fact for like me and my life. Halo is, from, like I said, my favorite franchise across. There's never a time that Halo releases that I don't think is the best game that came out. Like, I just love Halo, right? Everything about it. And I feel like the thing is about Halo is like the worst Halo game is still better than 98% of the games that release out there.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like the worst Halo experience you can
Not
think of.
according to
Whatever
the
you think
PlayStation
is
fans
the
until
worst.
they get one, right?
Until they
But
get
not
one, then
according
they're
to
gonna suck Halo off.
until they get
Right,
it.
they're
Then
gonna
they'll
be like,
understand.
"Oh,
Oh,
Chief."
so that's what you were talking
Right.
about. Oh,
They'll love the Chief after a while.
oh yeah.
But it's like there's no, like, Halo is just, it's just the perfect game. It's badass, like you're the fucking chief,
Yeah.
or like the whole world is there for you to save, even if you're getting your ass whooped by fucking that bad guy. What's his name? What was
Adrian?
I like deleted his name from my memory. Like fuck that
Their
guy.
arbiter.
You know what I'm saying? But like it doesn't matter. Like he just there, and every time since the beginning, you walk in somewhere, and the Marines saw you, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's him." It's him. Like they always just made you feel the epitome
so
of what
much
playing
like,
the game is about.
They started it with this awesome thing of having the enemy, the little grunts, be terrified of you. Demon. It was hilarious. Like like that whole thing just made it so interesting as what the fuck is going on, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, it was really well. But anyways, whatever. We don't have to go into like how good Halo is. We all know how good fucking Halo is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the main point of it, though, is the like the HCS, right? They're moving on. What are they going to do with it? Going forward? Obviously, there's something they have planned. They're not going to just scrap it, right? There's got to be something else they have coming up. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'm hoping there's going to be big things coming, good things coming. We hear rumor of stuff happening at Certain Infinity, right? That they're working on some multiplayer thingamabobby, right? So hopefully there's some good stuff coming.
Well, they had announced, I don't know if you remember, but they like officially announced that they were working on their biggest project ever or some shit like that with Microsoft for Halo. So it's happening. What is it?
Man. Like,
I think the original thing they were working on, I think that thing got canceled. But I don't think they were removed. I think that it's just that exact thing they were working on.
Whatever they were,
it just shifted gears to something
they shifted
else.
to whatever else, right? That's fine. And look, we know Halo's coming because Phil said it's coming. He said it a different way, but we know Halo's coming.
Oh, yeah.
What is coming? What is it that Halo's going to be? And we're all expecting it to be this remake of Combat Evolved. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Whatever. I love it to be something like just totally different, and we didn't even realize it. Right? It's some like in between thing from Reach and Halo Combat Evolved that just tells us a whole new story. How awesome would that be? Anyway, it's probably still gonna be Combat Evolved, whatever. But dude, I would love it to just blow our mind. Do something totally different.
Hey, listen, it could be like you brought up a great point, because just because they put him in that suit, right, which is like his original suit, right, doesn't mean it's a remake. It could just be a new game from that time, and they're just keeping it in the same vein, right? It's that armor set that he's using in the new game. Who knows? I don't want to start. Let's just look.
So much happening. This is supposed to be the small segment, right? Just the quick.
I know. God damn it.
But it's Halo, god damn it.
It's Halo, bro. That'll never stop. God damn. Another thing that happened that I didn't even know was happening. I'm not gonna lie, bro, which is crazy to me. THQ Nordic Digital Showcase took place. The 2025 showcase. I think it happened today. It might have just been like hours ago. 3:13 p.m. It looks like, so it was like this afternoon, like 7 hours ago. Had no idea it took place. But Hazardor Gaming, shout out to him, put out here that basically summed up everything. So they announced a new SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide coming November 18th for everything. New look at Tides of Tomorrow. I don't know what that shit is, but it looks weird. Wreckfest 2, if you guys know what Wreckfest is, this is part 2 of that. PC early access. Sacred 2 remaster. So if you like Sacred 2, the remaster is coming for everything. The Eternal Life of Goldman, no idea what the fuck that is, on everything. Titan Quest 2, a new look for it. Steam early access. The Guild Europa 1410, probably some type of real-time strategy game or something. The Gothic remake got a release window early 2026. It's coming out on everything. The Gothic collection is coming out, so I guess the old games for PlayStation and Xbox 2026. Reanimal coming to everything Q1 2026. Fate Keeper, don't know what it is, but it's coming to Steam. And then the big surprise, the big whole shit for the people that even care anymore. And I got to tell you, since they fucked up 3, I probably don't really care, but Darksiders 4 was officially announced on everything PlayStation, Xbox, PC, which is dope. I think the first one I really enjoyed. The second one, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. It was bigger, better, got a little deeper into things. But then 3 shit the bed completely. I hated that chick. Such a waste of a game. Story was ass. So now it looks like they're back to the 4 horsemen, right? They're back to the original 4 horsemen. Darksiders 4 has been announced. The trailer is literally just the horsemen, and then the other 3 pop up in the background, so you can't really see it. So it's just a teaser, but the fact that it's coming is dope. I feel like the way that they announced it is not coming next year. It's probably coming 2027, 2028, might be a next gen game. But yeah, that was it. I didn't even know this show took place, man. It's crazy. So yeah, there's that. And then let me see something here. What do we do? Okay, no, forget that. Nope, not this. What else? Oh, there's Switch 2. I want to know what you guys think. In 7 weeks, has officially sold more than 6 million copies, like 6 million units of Switch 2. Is that huge? Is that a big W?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
6 million.
6 million.
Damn.
That's good, bro.
I mean, it sounds big. It definitely sounds big. It sounds like it's a lot. I think the problem
I think
is
that's the biggest selling console period. Like that's a lot.
I think that's the case, like in the time frame, because I remember like back in the day, like when consoles were the big conversation. I heard either somewhere on Xbox or somebody has said that like whoever's first to 10 million is like the leader, like the person that's gonna win, right? That was like before, all this other bullshit started happening. So I feel like that's I feel like that's pretty good. You're at 6 million, 7 weeks, like not even 2 months. I would say that's pretty impressive. I don't know, they said they made 20 million from launch, right?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see.
So
Whatever.
Well, say 20 million Nintendo Switch already sold.
No.
20?
No.
They made. So they were
Oh,
preparing
okay.
for the launch, and they made 20 million supposedly. That was what we were hearing. But I would say that 6 million is a phenomenal number. I just don't know if they feel that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they thought that, because this is the thing, right? Again, in its own box, it's better than everything else, right? Great. But if you're Nintendo, okay, and you know how Nintendo can be pretty cocky in their ways, right? When they think of things, and they say to themselves, well, we sold the Switch, and the Switch has 120, 130?
No, it's 150 plus million sold.
Okay, 150 plus million.
But it didn't start that way. Like the Switch was in very high demand and did not sell as well at the beginning because they just didn't have enough. They didn't have.
Well, that's 2 different things. Not selling well puts the idea that it wasn't desired. People wanted it. It's just they didn't have enough. So now they had what they thought was enough, and it's like, well, it's not really equating. And I think for them, they might be looking like, okay, well, that's 150 million people, right? They only sold 6 million in their mind. To us, that's a huge number. Good on them. But that just means like there's a lot of people who looked at it and said, I don't think we need to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? I
Maybe
don't think
I don't think
we
that's
need a
the
Switch
case.
2.
I think it's just the standard logistics of selling. It's just
The only
selling
reason I would say
anything
is
at
because
that
they did
level
three.
is a lot of it's
They
just
did
tough.
3 million in one shot, like day one,
Yeah,
and then it was like 500.
that's a lot of logistics to get that many units out to places, right? That's just.
I
the
mean, I
way it
guess I'm
is.
just going based off what they said or
So-
what we heard. So if 20 million was the number, I feel like that's what they were expecting based off of their scale. 150
for the first year. For the first year,
Okay.
right? And look,
Oh,
we haven't
so
hit
in the first
holiday yet.
year. Okay, I thought that they were looking at that for their launch window, like they're just
Yeah, and their first.
they
I
were
think
expecting
their March is the end of the year for them. I think that's when they do their.
Oh,
end of
then
year.
they're gonna fucking smash that.
So I think
they
by the
continue
time
this
they
pace,
get to that, I think they'll hit that.
I think
much.
I think they'll have more by then. If it's by
I
the
would
end
say
of the
I would
year.
expect them to hit like 10 million just in the holiday. Like they are insane.
Yeah,
right?
if
And,
you're looking from when did it launch? June? From June to June.
Yes, it was right before I shipped out to LA. It was
Yeah,
literally the day
you picked
before
it up the
I
day
went out to
before.
LA.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So it was definitely
yeah,
beginning of June, whatever it was, like 4 or 5, whatever, something like that.
man. Well,
So yeah,
I mean, they
a
got
month,
me.
2 months, like
So-
7 weeks. That is not like wow, that's pretty good, man.
I mean, you know,
I don't even know if
They-
they're in every market yet because it's just launched, right? So
it's pretty impressive. Man.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna kick butt. It is what it is.
And then you heard that they raised the pricing
Of the
for
Switch
the
One.
original.
Yeah, of the Switch
What?
One.
Like what?
I think it's just
Isn't the-
components. They
isn't the
didn't want to
Switch-
change anything. They're like, that's just the way it is. We're just gonna increase the price. Like, okay, fine, whatever. I hope they
But is
beat the
that, are they
freaking
trying to
PS2
force
though.
people? Are they? You think they're trying to strong arm people?
No, I
feel
think
like
it's
there's-
just the tariff situation. I don't know if is it global or is it just here?
no. Yeah, but it's not on the Switch too.
Yeah. But I think they
No, it
kind of
says
work
in
through that.
USA. In USA, will
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, and I just don't think they want to change any of the like manufacturing logistics for a Switch One. They're just gonna keep riding it.
Oh, you know
And
what?
Switch 2, I think they're moving it around to try and make
I
it
have
cheaper.
I have the update from Nintendo. It
Yeah.
says Nintendo Switch pricing update. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products will change in the United States based on market conditions, effective
Yeah.
August 3rd, 2025. These include
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch OLED model, Nintendo Switch Lite, and select Nintendo Switch accessories. Other Nintendo products, including certain Nintendo Switch 2 accessories, Select Amiibo, and the Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo will also see adjustments. That's wild. Pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, physical and digital Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as Nintendo Switch Online memberships, will remain unchanged at this time. However, please note the price adjustments may be necessary in the future. Okay, so
Yeah.
why does it say physical and digital Nintendo Switch 2? Oh, the games. So the games are not going up in price. Just the console. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because I think they moved Switch 2 production to, was it Vietnam or something? It was one of those other South Asian countries.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
got ahead of it and moved.
And I think those deals are done, and so they understand now how much they need to pay, and I think they can handle it, right? Whereas it still was like 50% or 35, some ridiculous amount for China, right? It's a very high percent right now, so that is harder to take, and I guess they're just passing it along. And I think they're just like, we're not going to change the logistics for that. Manufacturing happens there. Switch 1, that's the way it is. And because they're going to sunset that, they're not like like looking to change all that shit. They're like, that's the old 8-9-year-old thing, whatever. We're going to just let that keep rolling until we get to beat PS2. I think that's what they want to do. Obviously, right? Like, why not, right? They'll still sell enough. It'll beat the PS2, and then they're like, yeah, we're done with this. Move to Switch 2 now, guys.
That's
so
wild. That's real wild.
I would totally do it. Why not? Right? You're this close. You might as well. You might as well get there. Might as well be.
That's why they're still releasing games over there, which is
Yep.
wild. Also, probably why they're saying that some games might not work on the Switch 2 properly if it's released on the Switch. So it's almost like that's another crazy situation. I couldn't believe.
Yeah, they didn't do that great on the backwards compatibility. I guess I don't know. That's a weirdo
that's
thing.
Pretty bad. That's pretty
Yeah.
bad. We do have the homie Sir X-Men in the building with that $2 super chat. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, my brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. It says, I just want Battlefield 6. That's all October 10th. Yeah, I mean, Battlefield 6 looks fine. I don't know. It's not like calling me in any meaningful way. That doesn't mean I won't enjoy it. I should be getting it with my EA Play Pro subscription, so we'll see. But I'm indifferent to it right now. The campaign looks good. Hopefully, we'll see. Mac22TH54 with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says it's a lot. I didn't buy one. Switch 2 hashtag tip of the cap. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a good number, man. 5 million.
It's a good number.
Yeah,
it's a good number.
yeah.
I mean, 6 mil. It's not.
I mean,
it's not some baby
it's
shit.
only a
I'll tell you
few
that much.
months, right? Only 1-2 months, I say though.
That's crazy.
That's
So hold
pretty
on,
good,
just
yeah.
to be clear, they're making the Switch OLED $50 less than the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Razer put Switch OLED is $400. Excuse me.
Yep.
You okay? You drunk?
No, that was a hiccup. This is the vodka. No, it's just water.
Vodka. Yeah, man. Good number. Nintendo Switch, as expected, they're gonna do good, bro. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
just like,
Nintendo.
you know, just
Wait till the
Nintendo.
mainline Zelda or Mario comes out, and then see what happens. See the rush.
A lot of people are gonna bend the knee. Look, they got you with Donkey Kong, and you didn't even like it that much, and you still went ahead and bought it.
Let me tell you a secret.
Almost is real, bro.
Bought console. Donkey Kong came out. Right, for up until Donkey Kong, we were playing the Switch 2 all the time as a family because they were super into Mario Kart, right? So they were unlocking everything, and so we were playing back and forth. Super dope, right? But they already unlocked everything. It's all done, right? So that game is dead to everybody. No one's touched Mario Kart. It doesn't exist. Might as well just delete itself. Then I get Donkey Kong. I'm like, all right, this is it. This is what I did this for, right? This is why I pulled the trigger. Let's go. Played it. Felt like I wasted. I don't even know how much time I played it for. Literally playing, like my eldest daughter is sitting next to me, and like I'm like, go ahead, baby, play. And she's like, okay. And then I had to go to the bathroom. She's like, I'll pause it. I'll wait for you. I was like, nah, I'm good. Just fucking never looked back. Never looked back. All the other kids played it for a little while. I have not touched it since the first time I touched that game. Zero desire.
Mario Party?
Huh?
Are you gonna get Mario Party?
Oh, when does that come out?
I don't know. I think it's coming up soon. Let me just look.
I mean, the chances are good. I mean, we already got the damn thing, so now we're kind of in. So anything that the kids,
it's out. It came out. It's on the 24th. It came out.
Oh shit! They fucking know. Maybe for like Christmas or something, they'll be on sale.
Yeah,
or some shit,
yeah.
and I'll get it for the girls. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Donkey Kong was the next game from the people who made Mario Odyssey. And I loved Odyssey, but this did not hold up. So I don't know.
Anyways, small topic. Moving on, right?
And then last thing before we hop into the first topic. I guess Sony held a press conference in Shanghai on the 30th in China to announce it's accepting applicants for the 4th phase of the China Hero Project. The first phase launched in 2016 with the aim to provide funding and resources for Chinese devs creating premium games for PlayStation. The 4th phase builds on the previous 3 phases, which offered standard assistance in game development, publishing, and marketing via partners. Virtuos of Oblivion Remastered fame has been added as a partner for co-dev. Rich Tap for advanced haptic feedback integration, and PlayStation Studios Visual Arts for UI UX design evaluation. The expanded initiative continues Sony's push in the region to cultivate high-quality premium titles, positioning PlayStation as the preferred publishing avenue for premium Chinese games. Listen, I'm going to say something right now. I got to give them props. I got to give PlayStation props for seeing a market and saying, fuck it. we're gonna become that market's go-to place. And it might just be because Microsoft doesn't have the ins for any of these places, so PlayStation was probably the go-to anyway. But the fact that even though it's probably the go-to anyway, they're still kind of like just doubling down and saying, fuck it, we're still doing this. I mean, look, there are good games coming out of China. You know what I'm saying? Like Wu Chang is a Chinese developer. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. I mean, obviously Black Myth Wukong.
Yep.
I haven't touched it and I won't, but people liked it, did really well on PC. They have a few more coming. What is the Way of the Sword or Way of the Weapon or Way of the, I don't know, Phantom Blade Zero, that one. I think that's all the same shit, right? From out there. They got a few of them, man. Lost Soul Aside is another one. Look, I mean, there's talent everywhere, and I think them going in there and like really like putting a stamp on it is dope. I mean, obviously that's cool because these are just games coming to Xbox and PC, so it's not like there's some type of exclusive scenario that's gonna stop Xbox players or PC players from getting their hands on it for the most part. So it's good to see that somebody's putting some money out there. What do you guys think about Sony going in and keeping their Chinese hero fund going?
Yeah, I think this is good, man. They got to do what they got to do, man. So I wouldn't give them props because this is exactly what they need to do. I think that is good for them to go ahead and approach, the Chinese market. And, they're going to have to be looking for different ways in which they can go ahead and publish these games because their own studios are not really, delivering at the moment. So they're obviously going to have to be looking for deals and shit. And, why not? China is known to have cheaper deals and stuff, and I think they can go ahead and do that. Why not? And I think Microsoft and Xbox should go ahead and do that. Go ahead and check them out too and see what they have to offer as well. Because I mean, they like you said, they're making decent games, and I think they're only gonna get better with time because they're fairly new to gaming, right? Right? Like I haven't played many Chinese games, but they're pretty new to gaming, right? Over there. I don't know. Maybe Hardkey has a different understanding.
I mean, Wu Chang was amazing.
No, but I'm saying like Chinese studios in general. Like I haven't really played that many Chinese games.
Well, like China was like basically so separate from the rest of the gaming world for so long.
That's really the problem.
Yeah, so it's like now,
but Tencent is Chinese, right? They're the number 2 in gaming as far as revenue. Look, China's an interesting market because they kind of did their own sort of rip-off consoles, right? So they kind of didn't really play the game of being a part of the normal console sales. However, for those who do buy consoles, again, this is a small market as far as the actual console sales. Xbox actually thoroughly dominates in China.
Really?
80+% of consoles is Xbox. Thoroughly dominates. But again,
why?
Small percent of the actual gamer
gotcha. All the people who are playing games in that area of the ones that are actually doing it legitimately,
they play on knockoffs.
Tiny percent they're choosing
of the
Xbox.
Tiny percent that actually bother to buy real consoles. Xbox thoroughly dominates in China. Now, is that going to change? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see, right? By the way, Nintendo is almost non-existent in China, and the rest of it is PlayStation. We will see if that continues. What happens with this? And this is something they did because they need to gain that mind share of we're in this too, and this is a little political. You have to understand Japan and China are kind of long time enemies. There is a mindset thing, so you just have to keep that in mind. But either way, I think like more and more younger generations probably don't care as much about that. But you have to understand that like our generation type people, they do. They remember what Japan did to them. So it is what it is. That barrier is starting to break down. Japan, the Japanese companies use a lot of Chinese manufacturing, as you see from even Nintendo, who makes their consoles there, right? However, as far as the mind share of buying stuff from Japan, it's very different when it comes to China. But it is what it is, right? So it is very interesting from a market share perspective that is one of the bigger ones for Xbox. But again, it's a very small percent of the actual console sales because they buy knockoffs. That's what they do. So we'll see. And I think Microsoft is definitely trying to do the same thing, right? Xbox wants to go like they have the Africa project, the Asia project. They've been doing the same kind of thing where they're going to these other markets to see what they can do to get new development studios, developers from those regions to start making things, give us content, right? And also expand gaming into those regions as well, right? So, so it's up to Xbox to keep that market share and push it, right? It's a good idea for them to say, hey, we're still dominant there. There might be more antagonism now because of the current market. That's things that are happening politically, right? But there's much more of a U.S. to China relationship than the other side, but that is growing. Japan and China is growing. But there is a lot more acceptance of U.S. than, oddly enough, even though they're a knockoff city over there, it's a lot more accepted. They love Apple, for instance. So they're more accepting of stuff from the U.S., right? But it is what it is. We will see where this goes. I love that there's games being made from there. You can see the flair, the difference in like somebody's culture coming through when they're making the stuff. Whereas, when somebody else externally comes in and makes things for that region, it always comes out better because they know what they're about, right? They know what their day-to-day is. They know what their culture is. They know the stuff that happens in their history and what it means to them, much more so than we would ever do, right? It's just the way it is. Just think of all the things that matter to us. We export a whole bunch of it through Hollywood, right? But everybody has their own thing. You can even look within the country and say like stuff in like Tennessee is probably different than stuff in Oregon, right? It's just the way it is. Everybody has their own little thing. That's just here in the US. Now imagine that around the world. So I love it. I love that this is happening. It's kudos to them. They have an India project too, Sony, right? They're doing that. I'm of Indian origin. I love that. I think that's great. Right? More and more content from all over the world. Why not? Right? These are the two biggest, most populous nations, China and India. Right? Why the heck not? And they have a massively huge history, right? All sorts of things. Why not take advantage of it? Right? Let's bring that, right? Let's bring that to everybody. So I love it. I love this. I think it's great. And as you said, Sony is now multiplayer. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Games going everywhere anyway. So now it's just
everywhere.
Now they're just funding more games for us. We're good.
Exactly. So
coming.
it's great. Hey, we get to play stuff from different parts of the world. I'm happy. I love it. That's great. Let's do it.